Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a Tuesday here on the Dot Lot, where we play very magical little witches. Today, I'm very excited because we're not just playing magical witches, we're playing magical witches having waffles. And that puts us on a whole new, just like a whole new level. So I'm very, very excited to be back. Every week, this game just it builds just a little bit more, and you guys begin to put more things together. I can't decide if you're actually genuinely just paranoid, yes, or if you're beginning to actually figure things out. But I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see what this week's brings, especially since you're in a little bit more of a safer, we'll say, position than I think you started in last week. So let's you know what? We've been doing this for a while. You a lot at home, if you want to learn about these awesome folk as well as their characters, you can scroll to the extension down below. Thank you out there for that follow. You can scroll to the extension below. That extension will give you all kinds of information, show their character art, give you backstories, links to their individual Twitch channels, and I'll drop something in chat right now, but I am very, very excited to be back with Shauna and Tiffany and Catherine and Kika and Eris this week. All of us back together. Let's just hop right in, because I am feeling, let me tell you guys, I'm feeling that drag. I'm feeling it. And I want to know, what do witch girls talk about over waffles? So, last week, you guys had a bit of a run-in with a group of vampires. Your teacher, Ursula Scratch, informed you of a few things. You slayed an ancient vampire, in fact, which was pretty impressive and very much unexpected. Through some tricky little witch magic, you were able to bring him back just in time to actually chop Vlad Dracula's head off. Yeah, Ursula informed you of a few things, but most importantly, that the actual war front itself is a lot tougher and rougher than this. Catherine did a little digging into her mother's diary and learned some interesting information, but she did it from the comfort of her old dorm, which brought attention to that space, and a wraith flagged all the girls down visiting the dorms. And they all decided at the end, after slaying vampires and not trusting their teachers and reading Mom's diary, that what they really needed to do was go track down ex-boyfriend. Well, is he a boyfriend? Crush. He's a crush. Needed to go track down the boy crush, Catherine's boy, not Catherine's, Loretta's boy crush. We had to go track down Loretta's boy crush. Potentially his family, get more information, and have waffles and pancakes at the local diner. It just so happens that vampires in this world abide by the idea of having to be invited in. So this 24-hour diner that sits in town, in this tiny little sleepy town, is the only thing open. Its light glares onto the street as 5 of you share a booth. But 5 and a cat share a booth. And a raven.
He's a crow.
Crow, I'm sorry. The 5 of you, a crow and a cat.
There's 2 ravens here.
That's right, there's 2 ravens. No, definitely a crow. The farm girl, knows that there is a difference. The crow, and you guys sit there, the crow on the booth, his little fingers kind of scratch at the vinyl seats that are bright, vibrant red. And the man who owns the place, Randall, kind of squat, very rotund gentleman who owns this place, serves up a heaping pile of chocolate chip pancakes, waffles, different kinds of syrup. There's a strawberry and a blueberry, no bumbleberry, regular maple syrup, but the works.
Can we do chocolate chip waffles?
Look, he'd do anything for Loretta, so yes. He
Mr. Whiskers.
He brings. I was about to say he brings you more chocolate chips to the table.
Amazing.
So you can sprinkle it on top, as well as the can of Cool Whip. We are not sponsored by Cool Whip. I mean, just the general, not the brand. So
Ready Whip.
Whipped topping. There we go. It brings you sweet whipped topping. And the 5 of you sit in this booth. You're the only people in here. Sans the sound of Randall kind of cleaning up in the back and clanking some pots and pans. It seems relatively secure.
Okay. Wow, these waffles are so good. Loretta, we should have come visit you at work more often last year.
I know, right? I mean, it was so lonely here, especially with Billy having gone back to school.
These are so good.
I miss having these. These are so good. You see that Jess just has almost a foot tall pile of food on.
And Loretta scratches Mr. Whiskers behind there. Oh, baby, do you like the waffles, honey? And I imagine that he's looking up with kind of a whipped cream mustache on his mouth.
He definitely looks up from being face first in a waffle. Right?
I can't believe I didn't bring you here earlier if I had known that you would like waffles. Oh well.
I'm sure that you know how cat stongues freak out when they're tasting new things. So I'm sure Mr. Whiskers is licking the whipped topping, maybe a little yogurt that's on the table.
He's having a field day. Okay, you guys.
When someone's not looking, when Loretta's not looking, I'm going to take her knife and I'm going to use Animalize Object to turn it into a frog. Just a little tree frog.
Just one of the little green ones?
Yeah.
All right. Let's roll to see if you successfully do that. It won't take much.
I'm using my wand under the table very, very discreetly, but it's been a while since I've played a good trick, so I just wanted to. Yeah.
Here we are in a safe place. Why not add some debauchery? I got it. I get it. So yeah, your magic die, your casting multiplier, as well as I guess that's alteration.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have to have all my stats today.
Okay.
10.
A 10. Okay, I mean,
rolled a 1,
it's
but
I was about to say it's an inanimate object. But there's something about having I imagine you have it's on the table, but you have the wand under the table. So there's something
Yeah.
about having to cast through something that makes the actual, not casting part of it, but the magic part a little bit tougher. But it does, very, very slowly. You probably wanted it to be very quickly. It doesn't happen quickly.
I just kind of sit there like,
And the knife is like, as it like shrinks down. It does not change green. It stays this like chrome color, and it's just a little bit larger than $50. And this little tree frog sits on the counter or on your booth table, and he's chrome as he can be.
Oh. Well, that's different. I think I might need another knife.
It hops across the table and splats promptly into the dish of whipped topping. It goes everywhere, all over Mr. Whiskers. The frog now is in a little bit of a panic. It starts hopping about your table, trying to find an exit.
I try to use Spellbreaker on it.
While she tries to use Spellbreaker while Percy's doing like the claps her hands, like trying to get it, but it keeps hopping like through her fingers.
Oh wait, here, no, go ahead. Let's see. Roll. This is like this would be a body roll. Body roll. I just like saying that. I'm gonna be honest with everybody. Yeah, use your body die. Actually, what's just your basic reflex?
Me or Percy?
Percy's trying to grab it, so yours, Percy.
Oh.
What's your reflex?
7.
Yeah, no, you can't catch this frog.
Yeah, no. Also, I don't really want to for comedic effect.
I was about to say, you can't. Every time you bring your hand down, the silverware kind of judders at the table, and you keep trying. Whip toppings everywhere. It's on everything. And the frog, you go to bring your hand down, and as you do, you finally capture it, but it returns to its knife. You want it to go back to being a knife? Yeah. It goes back
just
to being
a butter
knife.
knife.
Yeah, so when you slam your hands down, Percy, it makes a very loud noise on the table. Because there's no frog there. It's now just a knife.
And Percy looks at it, like lifts her hands up and looks at it, and looks at Raven and goes, I got it!
You did. Good job.
And then she takes her whipped cream hand and goes to high five you.
Mr. Whiskers is cleaning himself. There's some, like, berries and fruits on the table. If Vex wanted some.
Vex. Elizabeth ordered like a bunch of food, but she ended up just sort of like sitting and picking at it and occasionally feeding some to Vex when he squawks at her.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it is definitely diner food. This is no base level like commercialized. When I won't use the Pancake House or whatever. But it is it's privately owned, so it's freshly cooked food, and it's real good. He's really good at what he does.
I think Jess notices that Elizabeth isn't eating. It's like, we've only had one meal in 6 months. I thought you'd be more hungry than that.
Just, I don't know, it feels weird having waffles right after I killed someone.
Yeah, you did it in self-defense. You did to protect everyone else.
I mean, not really. He was running away, and then I reversed time to stop you from hitting him with the statue so he couldn't run away so I could cut his head off. So that just kind of like seems like a complete violation of my own ethics, and it's just, I don't feel good about it.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you technically kill somebody who's already dead?
They had sentience and personhood, and now they don't, so...
He is also kind of an evil vampire who was going to try and kill us and eat us, so...
But I did it while he was running away.
But if you'd let him run away, he would have come back.
And then killed us and eaten us.
Or found someone else who couldn't defend themselves like we could.
And that
Yes.
seems kind of like justifications, which is a very tricky area to operate in.
Yeah.
So, but think about it this. they attacked us first. If we had let them leave, they would have gone and attacked somebody else. And that person would not have been able to defend themselves.
I feel weird about trying to feel good about what I did. I'd rather just.
There.
You know,
It's
Elizabeth, there's nothing wrong with having these feelings.
Yeah. My dad took us hunting, just two of us, and we took down deer, and I was upset about that killing. But you have to know that if you don't feel good, that's natural, and that's something you should feel because you shouldn't feel. But you had to do what you had to do.
Who has cryptozoology?
I mean,
Give me a
I
good
do
crypto. Give me
technically.
a good crypto roll, because I can answer some of these questions that you would know about vampires.
Mind cryptozoology.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the monster decks
Okay.
too.
You could look up in the monster decks, Percy, more information on like the general knowledge of vampires. Anybody that doesn't have a monster dex that tells you all of your stuff, you could give it a roll.
12.
Well, okay, great. Again, they don't teach a lot about monsters. You guys are not in the advanced yet form of your classes like the latter years, but I think that Elizabeth has her father that probably tells her a lot of things. The vampire problem has not been a problem in a long time, so it's also not something that anybody's had to worry about. But you would know that vampires are, despite the mundane legends, only partially dead. In fact, the more that they drink, the more they become, like, more alive they become, which is why they crave to drink more and more. Things like a heartbeat, color back to your face, being able to partially walk in the sunlight. These things, the more blood you drink, or these vampires drink, the more, like, the actual closer they are to being alive than they are dead.
So, Elizabeth, we just do the best we can from here on out. And if you do have reservations about killing any more vampires or anything like that, we will not fault you if you don't want to continue doing that. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm just kind of also upset that at the time I didn't even try to stop myself. It was just like I was in a situation where I was trying to solve a puzzle and the answer was killing someone.
That's very fair. Honey, and Loretta just wraps her arms around her and just kind of pets her hair a bit.
I think like at that Elizabeth actually starts crying
Aw.
a bit.
Yeah, hug, yeah.
So we were talking about going to the front line, which is a war zone. So what if we make we set down group rules of things we will and won't do, and we can help ourselves through it. Like,
Maybe
we won't kill, but we can knock you unconscious.
Elizabeth just kind of nods a bit.
Or turn them into pet rocks again?
I can do that. I like doing that. I can turn everybody into rocks.
I mean, we could just bring them. I mean, as long as they return from being rocks, I mean, maybe we just to make things easier because I'm not. It's not like we can really drag them to witch jail or whatever it is easily. So maybe if we just turn them into something that's easily carried and then give it to the Witches World Council when
Like
we're done.
rocks?
Like maybe
could do
shrink them
like-
down and put them in jars.
Oh, just make them small so they're still a person, but we can transport
Well,
them.
So the problem with that is if you're still a person but you're small, you can still like cast spells and stuff. But if you're a rock, you can't.
And also, you can get hurt easily too as someone little.
Yeah. They can
you
escape and they can run away.
Yeah, you can run away. But rocks can't really do that.
That
No.
is true. We should probably have like turn them into rocks that have their names on them so we don't get them confused and mixed up or lost.
Yes.
So we'll
Right.
Please label
Totally do
and
that.
date your rock.
Okay, so group rule.
Yeah,
No killing.
No.
Just turning to rocks.
as much as we can.
Or incapacitate as we can.
Yes.
Can we have a theme song?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
We will-
What?
Na 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 toadstools.
How about "We Will Rock You"? I've heard that one.
I think
Oh,
there's
we should
copyright
do that
issues
one.
there.
Oh.
Oh.
We'll workshop it. And Percy takes an oversized bite of waffle and there's syrup everywhere.
I
He's a wreck.
yeah. Jess looks serious for a moment, and she's just one more thing on that.
Yes.
I had a real scary thought that happened during mentalism class with that. If for some reason I'm mind controlled, I need you not to hesitate and, turn me into a rock if you need to.
I'll turn you straight away into a rock.
We'll help first, and then if we can't help, we will turn you into a rock.
All right, thanks.
Like mind control, I can deal with.
Okay.
We'll make sure it's a pretty rock and out of
Oh,
the
you'll be
jar
the
of
prettiest
other
rock
rocks.
I've ever made.
And if I can't turn things into rocks, but if a vampire shows up that is really resistant to magic, like they're super ancient, I could use my time and space magic to turn them into a younger vampire.
Yeah.
So they're not as strong. So then you can turn them into a rock.
See, that's,
that's
great.
good.
This is using your noggin.
This is good. Okay.
Elizabeth has calmed down a bit and starts eating.
You, I know you always stop time, and it gives you more time to like focus on your spells and stuff. Maybe if you could stop time for me, I could turn a bunch of people into rocks in like one go.
That is a good idea.
If we get surrounded or something.
That is a good idea.
I like this. I like this. Two
Okay.
rules. No killing. Knock them out or turn them into a rock.
Yes.
That's good. Good rules.
Good rules.
Or turn them into a teenage vampire.
Sub 2A
Like a baby.
turn into young vampires. All right.
From the kitchen, you hear the gruff voice of Randall. You ladies need anything?
No, thank you, Randall.
Maybe some more napkins? We had a little bit of an issue here.
Yeah,
Um,
Mr. Whiskers is a wreck.
his
Maybe
head...
one more stack, maybe.
Elizabeth like turns to Vex and says, Vex, do you want anything? Do you want to order anything, Vex?
Oh yeah, you can hear him, right? Because he's here from the
Does he?
He can speak French.
Oh, that's right. I would like French toast.
So I
This is
think
what it came out as today. You guys are gonna have to deal.
Jess can understand, but can't speak French, so she just hears French from this bird.
That's a thing.
Yeah, he definitely does. Yeah, you simply hear Bex say he would like some French toast.
Can I have some French toast, please?
You hear and from the kitchen. He simply says, "Coming right up." Things.
Oh, and more coffee.
Somewhere off in the distance, you hear that drip begin, as if he's got like 10 hands. You don't know how he does it, but he does. And he's just your stuff on the grill. You can smell fresh batter being made. He's actively working on bringing you guys a new round of breakfast.
Do you
Are
think
we
he's a
sure-
warlock?
I was gonna ask, are we sure there's not like 6 of them in there?
Loretta, you know
I-
that he's real good at what he does.
I don't remember there being any. He's just really good at what he does. I mean, not everything has to be magic.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's
it's
definitely
fun.
magic.
So I admit it certainly does taste like it.
Okay. Okay. Next, we need
Right.
to talk about the Billy situation. How are we going to make sure Billy's alive?
Are we gonna call his aunt and uncle?
Yeah, they
That's-
should be in town, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't just show up uninvited. We should call them first,
It's
right?
kind of late for us to show up there, don't you think?
Oh, we don't have to do it right now. It's making a plan. We're planning. Waffles
Well,
and planning.
I guess it couldn't hurt for them to know or for us to ask them, but
I
I
could
mean-
make a portal to tomorrow morning, and then we could visit. I could make a portal to yesterday, and we could visit them yesterday.
We
all
should
right.
probably sleep at some point.
well, we do have those was it
Right.
Rise and Shine rings now? We don't have to sleep
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
long.
Just
Yeah,
an hour.
I just,
You could sleep right here in the booth.
that's
and
true.
and technically, I think I could make like a bubble of accelerated time around us, so that we get an hour's sleep, but outside of the bubble, only like a few minutes pass.
Whoa.
You're gonna come out and find us
Let's
all
hope you don't
passed
roll
out of
poorly.
the
You may
booth.
make like a time continue, like a fucking black hole.
As if we have.
Yeah.
already.
You've blown Percy's mind.
Roll poorly or roll well?
Well, oh,
I
I don't know yet. We'll have to see how the order of that plays out.
Oh my
How strong
goodness.
is this?
Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of needy kitties tonight on this stream. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Mine's like mine needed. She was standing outside the door. Somebody let her in. So, you guys kind of much. Randall brings out a second round, another stack, as you put it. French toast included. I don't know that Vex really knew what French toast was, but it was French, and he wanted it. There's a big old stack, plate of French toast, more than Vex will like. It's as big as Vex, so it's plenty of French toast, giant
Making
pile.
a very, very good effort.
Yeah,
I'm sure
And
Mr.
he's
Whiskers
doing-
is helping.
Yeah, he's doing that thing where he like takes one piece and like puts it under his foot and like tears off
yeah.
like, the end of his feet. Like,
His little his talons get kind of sticky. I mean, it's French toast. And you guys eat for quite a while. 20, 30 minutes. Before you hear the bell on the diner door. Loretta, it's like second nature to you. You worked here, so you know what it means. A new customer has entered. It's
Elizabeth
pretty
has her
late.
wind out immediately.
Yeah, Jess, I think Jess is looking like just intensely at this person.
Loretta pops up without even thinking. Oh, welcome to our diner. Can I get anything for you this evening?
Two.
And before she even sees anybody.
Yeah, two. Yeah, I hate that. I worked retail for years. That ding on a door just like subconsciously screws with you. So, it's actually two high schoolers. It seems to be. On the older scale, maybe 17 or 18. Two boys walk in. They've pulled up in their, Jeep or whatever. They're kind of like, one of them kind of punches one on the shoulder, and they walk straight up to the counter and sit down.
What do they look like?
One of them is kind of short and stocky, definitely like lifts weights or whatever for a high schooler. He's more Aryan and blonde, and the guy next to him is much taller and kind of leaner, more like a basketball player might be built. Both of them wear Letterman jackets, and yeah, they seem to be palling it up. They haven't noticed you or even care to.
Do the Letterman jackets say anything on the back?
Yes, they're from Willow Mist High.
Ah.
One of them, if you look close enough, one of them has a patch with a football, and one of them has a patch with a basketball.
Well, I can help them clean up the tables a little bit. And Loretta kind of scoops up some of the plates on her arms, like doing the whole classic waiter stacking thing, and heads back towards the kitchen, towards sink. We'll be out to help you in just a moment. Can I get you anything to drink in the meantime?
The two gentlemen, or I say gentlemen, the two high schoolers furrow their brow. The football player's like, "Where's Randall?"
He's back in the kitchen.
We want to see Randall.
Well, he'll be out in just a second. Can I get you anything to drink in the meantime?
They kind of look at each other, and he's like, "No, we just want to see Randall."
All right, I'll let him know. And what are your names so I know to,
He knows we're coming.
All right.
He seems very curt, and the one with the basketball player like pulls his wrist back and checks a watch, an iWatch or something.
Okay. And Loretta goes back into the kitchen and kind of unloads the dishes into the sink. And Randall, there are two young men here.
Oh! He stands up, scratches like his belly a little bit, and probably Loretta faster than you've ever seen Randall move. He kind of bursts through past you, the double swinging doors out front, and he says, "Boys!" And he kind of, his arms big and wide. He's like, come, to the office. He's like, "Ladies, if you need anything, ring the bell. Or help yourself, Loretta." And he walks the two boys to his office, which you know is like a closet. It's back near the restrooms. It's a very small space, but the three of them go in. And you hear the door closed, and the five of you are left once again in a silent diner.
I was
That
gonna
seemed-
say that taller guy was really cute, but they seem like jerks.
Yeah.
I don't know. That whole thing seems suspicious to me.
That was
Yeah.
weird.
Do you want me to like?
Fax, listen.
I can also listen. See
Mr.
what they.
Whiskers.
Yeah, I think Jess is just gonna kind of like get as close as she can and just kind of like just sit there and like listen.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll a stealth.
We just can't
Elizabeth's
help.
just like, now, you shouldn't eavesdrop on people. That's not very nice.
We just can't help but get into everybody else's, can we?
You guys can't.
I mean,
What is that? Is that a
gosh.
stealth?
yeah, that would be some kind of stealth roll. So, excuse me, your body die plus any stealth that you may have to add to it.
Okay.
Or you can try to cast something, I guess, if you have some kind of stealth roll.
Yeah, like, is there like a listening spell?
There's a
There can
listen
be.
skill.
Is there?
Anybody
And don't
else
forget your
try?
+1 for the Raven
Yep.
effect. And that's not a bad roll. Okay. The thing is that they aren't really expecting you. So you hear the door click, and you guys watch as you guys can say, "Oh, that was suspicious." Jess gets up, crosses the diner, and it's kind of a narrow hallway that have the restrooms on either side. And then there's a door at the very, very end that seems to cap. It says office on it, staff only. And you kind of walk up and stick your ear to the door to try to hear in. And you would have, this is a sense. I'm going to get you to get a sense roll. So go ahead and use your sense die plus the special hearing I think that you have.
Yeah. Plus 7. All right. 13.
Okay, very nice. It's a pretty thin door. Like I said, it's probably meant to be used as a storage closet, and he decided one day he needed an office. So you kind of put your ear up to the door. They speak in low voices, but as most men's voices do, specifically Randall's carries. It's kind of low and deep, and you hear Randall kind of come in the middle of a conversation. And he says, "So how did it go?" The boys are quiet, and then you hear a voice that you don't recognize. It's got to be the basketball player, because he's the only one that hasn't spoken. And he's clearly still going through puberty, even though he's very tall. And he says, well, it was, we scouted, like you told us to. And you hear like a smack as if one of them hit the other one, like kind of gingerly, or like a light punch. And the other boy, the football player, says, "We did what you told us to. We went in there, we scouted, there was nothing there. No witches."
You just see like Jess's posture kind of change, like from where she is. She's just like gotten more. She's like more interested that now. Like if she heard that. So yeah. Anything else?
There's a moment where Randall simply says, "Well, they didn't just come in here and pay me all that money and lie to me." He goes, we don't know what to tell you, Coach." Yeah,
Yeah.
Coach, we did everything we could.
Yeah, Jess is gonna like take that moment to like kind of get back up and go back to things like we need to leave now.
Wait, what? Why? Where
Now.
did you go? I didn't even see you leave. What?
Talk outside.
No, why do we have to go?
I think they might be witch hunters.
Those assholes?
Yes. Don't you remember Bad Warlock?
Yeah.
They were sent. They said they were sent someplace to scout out, look for witches. And they,
But if they're connected to the witch hunters, we could ask them questions.
Or they
Right?
could be rocks.
yes.
I mean, maybe we shouldn't jump straight to rocks right now.
Would agree.
That could be wrong. So
Just-
I don't
Just
really...
if they're here, there might be more of them. We can maybe catch them
so
away from.
as you guys head away from here, the door clicks open. They're done conversating. You hear the football player say, "I'm gonna take a leak," to his friend. You don't hear the sound of Randall leaving his office, but the basketball player emerges. He helps himself to a cup of coffee behind the counter. He eyes this table full of teenage girls. Not in a creepy way, but he's kind of awkward. He's by no means like the cool kid. He just happens to hang out with the cool kid.
Elizabeth awkwardly waves at him.
Percy,
Smiles.
Percy crosses her arms and gives him this look like, what do you want?
Loretta gets up, smiles, and comes over. Oh, would you like some cream, sugar?
Oh, no.
Well, I don't think I've ever caught you around this diner before, and I've been working here for all summer. What is your name?
Oh, I'm Taylor. Taylor.
I'm Loretta. And so how do you know our good diner owner here?
He's a coach for the school.
Oh,
He's clearly trying to not crack.
well, what sport?
I play basketball.
Oh, you do? I love basketball. What position do you play?
I play, and he keeps kind of looking over your shoulder, Loretta. He's making eyes at Raven.
Raven comes over and grabs a cup of coffee, leaning between the two of them.
He starts to sweat.
Just looks at him and gives him a smile, puts the creamer in, and goes back to the table. Doesn't say a word.
Elizabeth like leans over to Percy and is just like, "Are we trying to intimidate him? Is that what we're doing?"
There are 5 of you and 1 of him.
We
there's-
are always trying to intimidate teenage boys.
Okay,
The secret is out.
I can work with that.
Yeah.
Elizabeth gets up and sits like on the other side of him, so he's like flanked by Loretta and Elizabeth, and she just sort of like awkwardly leans on the table, and she is like Prince of Bex on her shoulder. And she's like, "So, what brings you around these parts, partner?"
Raven shoots fresh coffee out of her nose. And
Hot
starts,
coffee.
like, gagging
Yeah.
and it's a giant
when he
mess.
sees that happen, he gets up immediately and runs over to you, Raven, with a towel or rag or something, and he starts kind of patting the table. He's, like I said, he's very tall, very tall. He's Elizabeth's height, which, like, Elizabeth's like what, almost 6 foot, right?
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
Yeah, she's like so tall. So he's about that height. He gets down on his knees and he's like patting and mopping up the floor and the table. And he speaks loud enough so all of you can hear him, but he looks you dead in the eyes, Raven. Oh, thanks, Lord. And he says I'm so sorry. Here, can I
Oh,
I
no,
really
that was-
shouldn't be talking to you.
That was my fault. I'm sorry. The coffee went straight out my nose. There was nothing I could do about it. I'm so sorry.
He kind of like laughs a little bit like a teenage boy might do. I've never seen a girl shoot coffee from her nose like you before.
Thanks. She kind of blushes a little bit.
Elizabeth is just staring at the empty space where he used to be.
Percy's
Like-
taking photos of this entire encounter.
Oh my god, you guys are the most awkward group of people I've ever met.
Yeah, we are.
This is great. This
Okay.
is the most any boy's ever paid attention to Raven.
He goes, I know what it's like. I'm kind of a klutz myself.
Yeah, it just happens like a lot. What are you doing out this late? It's past most people's curfews.
Oh, well, my friend and I, we're just, visiting Coach. We had to tell him something, and, we're gonna go ride around on some dirt roads or whatever, and drink some beer. Beer.
That sounds great.
Aren't you young to drink beer? Isn't the age of drinking here 21?
Would you ladies like to, come drink beer?
Well, technically I'm French, so I can do it.
It's much cooler when
I don't actually really like beer, but it's pretty cool. That sounds like a great time. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, he goes to stand up and bonks his head on the table. Like I said, he's like really awkward, and he's like he like stands
I
up,
like
and now he's got
the
a
top of his head very awkwardly
Oh.
myself, and I'm like, oh, are you okay?
He holds the rag in front of his pants. I'm fine. He kind of looks over his shoulder like, dear God, let his friend come help him. And sure enough, the kind of squat football player rounds the corner, and he goes, hey! You're making my boy here uncomfortable.
We were just talking.
and I think he invited us to
Yeah, I just, I spilled my coffee, and then he was just helping me clean it up. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name right. Thank you.
I'm Brock.
Oh, thanks, Brock.
Come on, Taylor, we should go.
Aw, so soon?
Well, it was very nice to meet you, Taylor and Brock. Do stop by again sometime.
Brock eyes
we were-
Loretta.
Weren't we invited to go? I'm confused. What are we doing? What's going on?
Yeah. What
What's
about like off-road biking and beer? Isn't that what you said? you wanted?
Wait, dude, you invited them? And he like smacks
he
him
did.
across the chest. He's like, it's gonna be like our thing. He's like, oh, it's just, and he kind of like motions to Raven. And he's like, I only got a 6-pack. That's not even enough for all of us.
It's
Oh,
okay. It's okay. We've got other things. We've got waffles and
Elizabeth
pancakes.
says,
Still
"No,
have
wait,
to
it's
eat.
okay. I'm French." And she reaches into her bag and like hand in bag like makes like a little portal to like her dad's wine cellar and pulls out a bottle of wine.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can also supply. I think I got something in my bag here. And Loretta reaches her hand into her bag and conjures up a 6-pack of root beer.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, Loretta, that's my favorite. It's
Oh.
best.
Is it
didn't know
alcoholic?
that.
Root beer? Alcoholic root beer?
No.
No, it's just I heard beer, so I thought root beer.
Loretta, you're my favorite.
He comes over and like leans on the counter. Right near Loretta, very much in your personal space. He pulls like one side of his jacket back, all fawn style, like leans on the counter, and he's like, so you're gonna come with, right?
I don't see why not. Unless the other girls happen to object. I mean, I basically am with them tonight.
Well,
so-
we were gonna. There's this tree I like to go chill out under and drink beer. We usually don't do it with girls, but we could do it with girls. Yeah, we could do it with girls.
Oh, I don't know. Doesn't seem like you guys could handle it.
Oh,
We've got a couple of hours to kill anyway, I mean.
I'm starter for the JV or JV team. I can handle anything. You really can.
Oh, only the JV team though?
Well, next year I'll be starting for the main team. I'm just a freshman,
Oh.
Wow.
That explains it.
Mm.
but I already got my letterman. You know what? He like stands up. He's like, This is why we don't invite girls to the tree, Taylor. They make fun of us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry. I didn't know that happened.
He looks at you and goes, you don't ever have to be sorry.
Oh. Okay. But I am.
Well, you know, if you were real sorry, you'd bring that root beer and come with us.
I thought you didn't want to invite girls.
Now, Loretta, you don't have to fall to his peer pressure. His guilty
Peer pressure. He goes, "What are you? An after-school special?"
No,
you guys are
sweetie,
just giving
I'm
a lot
not
of
on your
mixed
league.
signals.
They're high school boys. They don't know what they want.
They don't know shit.
They don't know shit.
No. Percy looks him dead in the eye and just goes, "Oh, no, no. I'm out of your league. That's what I am."
I can have any girl I want in
Aw.
school.
Yeah.
Are you guys from? I've never seen you before. You don't go to Willamist.
I'm a transfer student.
We go to a private school nearby.
Ah, you guys wear those uniforms?
In your dreams.
Elizabeth looks down at the uniform she's wearing.
Oh man, we're racking up the drama bar. I need to update
Oh
it.
my
Hang on.
God.
I'm gonna have to update this drama bar because the drama's
Oh,
about to
God.
get serious.
Speaking of
Oh,
that
gosh.
uniform, Raven would have taken off all patches at one point before we started
Okay.
walking around places, just to make sure that even though Elizabeth was wearing the uniform, she didn't have like school patches saying she's from Willamist in case we ran into somebody.
Sure, and those would probably have been on your like vests or whatever. So,
Yeah.
if
Yeah,
you guys
Elizabeth's
wanted
not
to,
wearing her vest.
yeah, if you go into like, you probably in your bags or something. Insert, yeah. Lord Arctic says, insert snarky comment because I'm fresh out.
I've got you, Lord Arctic. Percy is
Oh gosh.
over them. She basically just doesn't trust teenage boys, so she's snarky on instant.
So what do you say, girls? We go along with these teenage boys to drink some root beer?
Yeah.
Next to a
But I
tree.
really wanted to finish my waffles.
I mean, if they're cool
I'll carry
enough.
a plate for you. For you. I'll carry it. We could take it to go. I like waffles.
Well, that's great. We have something in common.
Elizabeth looks them over and says, "I don't know. I'm not sure they could keep up with me."
Oh no, they definitely can't.
Oh no, not them.
I mean, are you guys like a the football players? Like, are you a team of runners or like why are you in town?
I am on the track team.
Yes, we're all on the track team.
He backs up. You don't look like runners.
Well, you
Really?
don't look like you can
Like,
handle anything.
I think Jess stands up. That really?
Oh, well, she does. You're kind of scary.
Do you want to race me?
He kind of looks at his friend who's standing right next to Raven, and Brock is like, no, I don't need to race girls.
Why not? You scared you'll lose?
Oh, he's very scared he'll lose Elizabeth.
I look outside real quick. What did they drive?
He drives some kind of like older model Jeep. It would hold all of you, but a few of you would have to sit in like that back area, and there are no doors on it because I don't understand why high schoolers have Jeeps without doors.
And which one drove? Because
Brock.
they're fresh. I thought the driving age was 16.
I am 16.
And you're a freshman?
Oh.
I mean, sometimes people need an extra year. You know, that's what
Oh,
my mom tells me.
there's no shame in that.
No, there's not any shame. He kind of
Sometimes you just
blushes.
need a little extra time.
yeah. And he like
And I'm
winks in. He's
sure-
like, you get it.
And I'm sure that, being a big, strong football player, that
Oh,
you might have gotten injured and might have to have taken some time off of school during that time. So
yeah.
no, I can understand.
Mm-hmm. He kind of leans in and he's like, "So you want to ride shotgun?" Taylor, you're in the back.
Okay. What does that mean?
Percy walks up and
Like I think
Percy
Jess-
walks up and links arms with Loretta, and is very like solidarily like, you're not sitting next, like not alone.
Not
Like,
with
I'm
this guy.
watching you, Brock.
He's like, I'll take you up on that race. He points at Elizabeth, but you got to come out to the tree.
If the tree's that
Ooh,
great,
ooh,
then
wait,
fine.
I gotta grab my Vespa before we leave.
Oh, that's right, your Vespa's here. All of you, wait, all of your writing stuff's here, isn't it?
Mine's in my
Well,
bag.
Yeah,
wearing
mine's in
my
my bigger bag.
I
Yeah,
Okay,
my cape's
I have my
probably in
broom.
my bag as well.
okay. You guys probably look normal enough.
We're a little discreet.
I think
Only this much.
Jess puts it in like a gym bag or something like that,
Yeah.
like slings. That
Well,
you
and a Vespa's a pretty mundane thing. Like, I don't think they're gonna care about the Vespa. But like, if you guys had a bunch of brooms leaning and mops leaning against the door, and they've been hunting for witches, they're gonna immediately call you out. So okay,
Yeah.
that's all I need to worry about.
Elizabeth, the almost 6
No.
foot tall 13-year-old with the crow, is totally discreet.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm about 5'10", so I'm not actually that much shorter than you.
I think
Wow.
Jess is like 5'9", so we're kind of.
Oh, Percy's short.
Yeah.
Loretta's 5'4".
I would say with her hair in a ponytail and like Raven's pretty tall and lanky. She actually does kind of look like a runner too. So
All right. Well,
It is
they're
adorable.
beginning to believe that you guys are a private school, and you're the running team, the girls'
Yeah, I
running
think-
team.
I think it's a little more thing because Jess actually is wearing like athletic. She wears like her athletic stuff over, like under her
Yeah.
her uniform. So she does. She has like the running tights and stuff on.
Yeah.
think
Do you have a
Yeah.
Do you have a change of clothes I could borrow?
Me?
Elizabeth says to anyone.
Oh yeah, I have
I
some
have one.
stuff.
We all nod. We're all just like, yes, and pull out our bags that don't look like they should hold nearly as much as we pull out of them.
Okay, cool. Because I think running in the uniform might be a bit much.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I have something.
So-
I
No,
can-
you can run in the uniform.
No one asked
my
you.
God.
I've got to change of clothes
Oh my
and
God.
extra space in my Vespa. You can use that. It's my running.
Wait, you have a Vespa?
Yeah.
That's pretty
Actually, I
cool.
gotta go grab it. So if you just
Well,
give me a few
we
minutes,
could
I'll be-
we could ride together. Give them the try. Always wanted to ride a Vespa.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, and then so just give me a few minutes and I'll be right back. And I quickly walk out to go grab my Vespa and conjure a change of clothes, something athletic looking that would fit Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Solid.
go ahead and roll it. Let's see how, I guess, just solid is the conjuration. As soon as Raven leaves, you guys see Taylor look at Brock and he's like, "Hey man, how's my hair?" He's like, kind of messing with his hair. And he runs off to go check himself in the mirror. You guys are left standing, the four of you are left standing with Brock. Randall has not left his office yet to come back out.
I think Loretta is going to. I'll just be right back. I just need to let Randall know where we're going. I'll just wait here a minute, okay? And Loretta kind of goes back to Randall's office and just kind of gives it a quick tap.
Okay. Tap, tap, tap. The camera cuts. Raven's outside, hiding behind her Vespa, like, come on, come on, come on, come on. You do manage to conjure a pair of, like, running shorts, and a t-shirt is basically it. And it is, like, it is basic. These, like, Umbro shorts and a white t-shirt.
You know what? It's better than what I had, which was nothing. So we're good. So I grab my Vespa and I come back and park in front. And I pull the shorts and t-shirt out of the little container area underneath the seat. like I just, had it in there for emergencies.
Okay.
Pull that out, and I bring it in. Here you go, Elizabeth. You should be able to change in the bathroom.
Oh no, I'm good. And she does the thing where she like changes her outfit without actually taking anything off. You
Oh, yeah.
know?
Yeah.
You know that girl skill we've all learned.
Brock watches intently.
Oh my.
Yep.
Taylor walks out. Taylor walks out and sees it's happening and immediately covers his eyes.
Percy moves in front.
Yeah,
Not
I
that
think-
she's
yeah,
really
we-
blocking anything, but she's just death staring Brock.
He kind of like he still tries to like watch, but he gets it. He's trying to play it off like he's not.
Oh, wait.
Watching
He
you.
is. And he pulls out a ring of keys and like spins them on his finger. He's like, so
I do the same.
Vespa keys?
Tiny.
Mm-hmm. It's got a butterfly keychain and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taylor walks over and offers his arm to you, Raven. And Brock like watches, and he's like, "Cool. Well, it's not like that Vespa's gonna keep up with my Jeep, anyways. But the rest of you, come on, the beer's getting hot."
We're still waiting for Loretta.
Oh yeah. Loretta.
But yes.
And the camera cuts. Loretta, you creak the door open. He's still inside, Randall. He sits behind the desk, his head in his hands. He seems a bit... This is the first time I think you've ever seen Randall not jolly. This is his... Owning a diner and making pancakes every day is the greatest gift to him. He seems very, very worn. And he looks up from his hands that were holding up his massive balding head. And oh, Loretta.
Oh,
Do
right.
you
and-
need something? More pancakes?
Oh, no, I just thought that you might need something. And Loretta's hand that's still behind the door frame kind of does a quick sort of conjure up kind of his favorite, I would say probably favorite milkshake that I'm not really sure what it would be. Probably like a root beer float or something like
Yeah.
that. And like, I thought that you might need something because, you've done a lot for us tonight, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, yes. Oh. And he grabs it. He says, you always remember. And he sucks kind of
But,
toughly through the straw.
So, we're actually, we just made some new friends with these boys who just stopped by.
Oh, yeah,
so-
good boys.
Yeah. So we were just gonna hang out with them for a little bit before heading home for the evening. Is there anything that you would like me to tell me or anything like that, or anything before I go?
Kind of looks around and is like, I don't I don't think so, but you, yeah, you just watch out for those boys, Loretta.
Are they dangerous?
They're teenage boys, Loretta.
True that.
And they don't all have manners like Billy.
Oh, by the way, have you seen Billy at all
Oh,
this
no.
semester?
Oh, no, not since he stopped working here and moved back to his parents.
Ah. So Loretta
Do miss him, though. Good worker.
is going to let's see, cast lie detector on Randall.
Okay.
So the spell creates a bright blue burst over the head of the target when he or she lies. The witch that casts the spell can only see the burst.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's cast it, and we'll see how strong it is.
Okay.
Is your lie detector on, like, has it been aligned? Let's find out.
Okay.
Magic die casting.
Yeah, just remembering math.
Right, yeah,
Ah.
right. Math's the hard part.
Many darn windows. That's a 12.
I imagine it probably looks a little bit like fireworks when
Yeah.
it goes off. Very nicely done, Loretta. You don't like it when people lie to you. And you want to be sure because all of this is very fishy. So you cast this out over his head. You know that it's there because it almost looks like he can't see it, but it looks almost like water like the rippling of water just above his head. And it kind of sits there.
Randall, I noticed that, and what is it, like a Saturday night?
Yeah. Oh, no. This would be a weekday night. This is weekday.
For a Wednesday night, it's a little dead in here, a little deader than normal. Is everything been going okay? I know I haven't been in a while.
Oh, well, some new danger in town. A few kids have gone missing. A few adults have gone missing. So nobody
Anybody
really
I
wants to
know?
go out at night. You weren't here very long, and you went to that private school, right? You didn't go to the high school.
Billy went to the high school, but yes, I was at that private school.
Yeah, I don't know. Parents seem a bit out of sorts. And then, I know they closed your private school down, so,
Well, we're just in the area. I mean, it's part of a school, sort of a school project. I mean, it's kind of they sent a bunch of work home for us to do, and part of that was kind of coming back and checking out the area. Just
So
a little
far-
bit of local history.
yeah, so far he has not lied to you. It has not gone off.
If there was anything that you would want to tell me at all, you would, right? You wouldn't keep anything from me. We're friends, right?
Oh, of course, Loretta. I just, any adult that tells you that they're not keeping something from you is lying.
And also, what is it that you were asking the boys? Why were you asking the boys to search for witches?
Were you listening in on my conversation, Loretta?
I wasn't.
Like I said, things in town have changed. They're different.
Such as?
Such as a group of men walking in and paying me a big old lump sum of money
To do what exactly?
to tell them if any witches showed up.
Interesting.
He has not lied to you.
And how long ago was that?
Well, let's see. Closed the school down about 6 months ago, and then what was that weird? Yeah, I'd say about 3 months. About 3 months ago. He came in with a big old stack of cash. Wore a weird black suit. I needed the money, or I was going to have to shut the diner down.
I understand.
So, I took it, and told him I'd look for his witches. He kind of laughs as if he doesn't entirely believe it himself. Since, bad leg, and he kind of taps his leg at his side. He does have a bad knee. He says, so I thought it would be a, what's the right word? A, fun endeavor for the boys.
Understood. So, thank you so much for everything you've done for me, Randall.
He goes, well, Loretta, I should be thanking you
For?
for everything that you've done before you got here. The cabinets weren't organized, and we never had pie, and Billy never said anything until you showed up.
I'll tell you what. Once the school opens back up again, I'll come back and make some pies, okay?
We
In
would.
the meantime, Loretta then casts, whatever mentalism thing I can actually do.
Okay.
That would be, forget.
Okay, you want him to forget this conversation?
Yes.
Okay. Cast away. Magic
Okay.
die casting and the mentalism level. Don't forget to take away your zap points for these spells, peeps.
Okay. So that would be,
There's 3 you've cast in this one scene.
2, 9.
Okay. He's not a magical person, so he doesn't really have much to be able to fight you on. His resist magic is very low. You simply twitch your nose the way you do. And how far back does he forget?
Back to the asking about witches stuff.
Great. He kind of, his eyes glaze over and he comes to you and he's holding this milkshake and he goes, "Oh, Loretta, you always know exactly. I sure have missed you." He kind of sucks on the milkshake again. Not sure how it got there. He didn't care. He still looks very tired and a little stressed, but...
We're just gonna go hang out with those boys now, and tell you what, once the school semester starts back up again, I'll come back and make some pies for the restaurant. Sound good?
Oh, I sure do miss your pies. Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
be
Well,
great,
you
Loretta.
have a great evening, Randall.
You too, Loretta. Hey, and watch out for those teenage boys.
Not to worry.
Door clicks closed. Loretta rounds the corner, ladies. Brock is getting very antsy and kind of impatient. He's like scooching ever closer to the door. Taylor, on the other hand, is just staring holes in Raven.
Yeah, she is eating her waffles still. I mean, since we're still here and we're waiting, she's gonna finish her waffles.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, it feels like it's been so long. So, Raven's just like, "Oh, these are really good. Have you ever had chocolate chip waffles?"
I love chocolate chip waffles. They're my favorite.
Loretta comes back around the corner. All right, well, I told Randall where we're going, so I think we can all head out now.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go race.
Yeah.
I'm ready to race. Let's go. Come on.
Is there something wrong, Brock?
No. Just,
Okay.
kind of narked on us. You told Randall where we were going.
I just said that we were going to hang out with you guys. Didn't say where we were going.
Cool. And he,
Yeah.
walks up, and he does, put his arm kind of around your shoulder, as he leads Loretta out, keys swinging on the other hand. Taylor offers you a hand, Raven, to help you out of the booth.
Oh, thank you. I grab his hand to get up, and then I quickly let it go and walk ahead of him.
I think Jess will kind of come up behind, behave yourself. To him.
He squeaks.
And then she'll make eye contact and just smile at him with the slightly pointed teeth. It's like,
And since the two boys seem to be presently distracted, Elizabeth is going to sidle up alongside Percy and lean in to whisper. So there is always a chance that they're leading us into some sort of trap. So we should probably do something to be prepared in case of that eventuality.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're just dumb teenage boys. But we should definitely be prepared because we're going to a tree and things are out.
Yeah, even if it's not a trap, it seems kind of sketchy.
Yes.
Did
I don't like the way Brock's looking at
You
women.
guys are totally commenting on my actual high school experience right now. I need you to know that. I used to totally go to a giant tree and drink beer down a dirt road, make out with boys.
Let's see, guys, we did all get those friendship bracelets, right?
Yes.
So Loretta casted Zap to just kind of tell the girls they're harmless. Honestly, I just got the information out of Mr. Randy, and yeah, he doesn't believe in witches, and he basically was giving the boys something to do. However, we've got a few hours before sunrise, so it couldn't hurt to at least find out what they've seen in the area, because if they're wandering around all at night, you imagine that they might have seen at least something, right?
That is brilliant, Loretta. And far more sneaky than I was expecting.
Raven uses a zap to say, "And if all else fails, we can just rock them."
yeah. And yeah, Jess will use that point to I'll make sure that they weren't followed. even if they are perfectly innocent.
Elizabeth just goes up to Brock and punches him on the arm and says, "Ready to lose?"
Ow. No, I mean, that didn't hurt. No, I never lose.
Percy snorts.
Ah, well, first time for everything.
You two sit in the back. He gestures, which is basically like a bucket seat in the back. It's just big enough for Jess, Percy, and Elizabeth if all of you want to hop in the Jeep. There's a front seat, but Taylor's really interested in riding this Vespa with Raven.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna gun it, and I'm gonna try to scare him while I'm driving.
That is not going to be hard. I don't think.
Yeah, he's okay. So he does crawl on the back. He seems more excited about getting to put his arms around you than anything, and you take off. So this is technically you're not flying; you're actually driving. So,
And to be fair, I did like learn how to drive the Vespa as a mundane vehicle. That was like a
Cool.
thing that I did in case anybody was like, does she know how to drive it? Yes, she does.
Okay.
Her dad is mundane, and she, as far as he can tell, she is too.
Okay.
So
Okay. And I wanted to check.
I
She
like
has
the
her
idea
learner's
that
permit.
God, yeah.
I like the idea that she is technically flying. It's just so close to the ground. It
Yeah.
looks like it's
Yeah,
moving.
just the wheels. The wheels are just rolling on
And
the
she
thing.
just
Like,
keeps
Yeah.
up with the Jeep.
that's
too good.
essentially what
Is that
I
what
was
you- okay, so
trying to
then
do,
I'll let
is
you-
cast
okay.
fly, but keep it like within an inch of the ground. So as far as he can tell, I'm just going really fast.
Okay.
It's a real fast Vespa.
Okay, so
God.
let's get
He's
that
a dumb
fly roll
teenage
then.
boy.
So that'll be yeah, let's roll it. You got to roll that body and that fly.
God, Jess has like these animal senses. She can probably just sense how awkward these boys are. They're just like,
Percy, Elizabeth, and
This
Jess,
thing-
you guys crawl in the back. There's a cooler, a very small one, but a cooler where clearly the beer's at. If you crack it open, and take a look, it's non-alcoholic beer.
I have a question. Would this be casting or broom riding?
Broom riding,
Okay.
I would think.
I just feel sorry for Jess because she can smell them, and I imagine that car
Yeah,
smells.
it's a boy's car. It smells
and I
like a
can
locker
smell
room.
the beer on them. And it's just like this is
Sweat socks, Red
Yeah.
Bull, and Axe body spray.
There's a lot of that. It's
Hey, look at you! You wanted this bad. So yeah,
No.
this is so
Yeah,
good. It
nice.
does exactly what you want. The Jeep like takes off. All of you have to hang on, of course, because there's no walls. There's nothing holding you in. And he tears ass down the main road of this town. Raven, do you give your friend any kind of heads up?
I'm like, hey, hold on really tight, okay? You ready?
Okay.
And then I like, and I go, and as part of the fly, I imagine the speedometer is actually linked to how fast it is going.
Yeah.
So it continues going, so it just looks like I'm going really fast.
He definitely lets out a yelp, like a girly yelp. It is at the top of his voice, and he squeezes you very tight as his very long, gangly teenage legs sprawl out, trying to, until he gets his kind of balance. And you guys watch, you see the Vespa, it's like, it like gains on the Jeep. Brock looks over and is like,
Raven's ponytail's just flapping in the wind.
he puts a little bit more gas on the truck just to pull ahead ever so slightly. You guys are going relatively fast, and you guys exit the main area of the town. You head out of the main strip. You cross a railroad track. You go out a ways, and the road goes from being paved to being cobblestone. And then you can very quickly tell in his Jeep when it starts turning into dirt. It begins kind of bouncing. The Vespa does not.
Oh, I start when I notice his Jeep bouncing, I start making the Vespa bounce a little bit.
Okay.
Not as much as it should.
Not as much,
but
okay.
Definitely.
Let me tell you, the boy that is got his arms latched around your waist does not care anything about the bumps in this road.
Yep.
Not even a little bit. He's like smelling your ponytail that's slapping him in the face. That's I imagine it's just like whacking him in the face the whole time. So eventually you guys ride this dirt road. Your speed has to slow a little bit just for safety purposes. But you drive and drive, and it's very dark. It is the middle of the night. The only light are his headlights. And eventually he gets to a point where he flips his headlights off on the truck, and you guys are just kind of coasting at a very slow rate down this dirt road. He hangs a hard left down a perpendicular road and comes to a stop where the road ends, and it opens up into a small kind of tree. There are trees all around you, this kind of small grove. There's a massive like willow tree that stands here. It's roughly about it's got to be, Percy, you know plants. This tree, this is probably the first tree in this town. It's ancient. This tree is huge. It covers a giant expanse of space. It drops moss down, and you can see these boys or these teenagers, maybe not even them, other teenagers, have been out here quite a lot. There's trash everywhere.
As soon as the car stops, Percy jumps out of it and comes like running at this tree and just like puts her hands, like she's amazed by it, and puts her hands on it and casts Speak with Plants. She wants to talk to this willow tree.
Okay. Percy jumps out of the back of the Jeep, Raven, as you pull up this Vespa. I'm sure, like, sliding the back tire a little bit. As you guys come to a halt, you can hear the gravel and dirt under your feet. Like I said, it's not well lit. He gets a couple flashlights out and a lantern out of the trunk of the car. But Percy's currently hugging a tree. And it's massive. Percy's arms lay flat against it. They don't even start to wrap. That's how big this is. Percy, you cast Speak with Plants.
Yes.
Let's get you casting it and see how well it does. He gets out, he kind of claps his friend on the shoulder like, yeah, chick drives Vespa. They kind of have like a teenage boy moment in the dark. But the other three of you would easily notice not being distracted. Wow, Percy. You're going to talk to this tree. Okay. You're going to very quickly notice that this place is really trashy. There are cans lying about. There's trash everywhere. Clearly, nobody has picked up in this place in a long time. They just kind of leave the trash. And you hear the sound of a can as he pops a non-alcoholic beer that he's managed to wrangle from somebody else, a six-pack, and he kind of offers them up. Percy, you cast Speak with Plants.
Yep.
Immediately you hear
Oh no, you're asleep. Okay, I'm sorry. You're so beautiful.
And she's like whispering, like talking really softly.
you guys, all you hear is the wind through the trees and the moss. It blows to one side. Percy, you hear it stir. And the tree, who's there?
Hi, my name is Percy, and I just wanted to say you're the most magnificent willow tree I've ever seen.
It's been a long time since a witch has told me that.
You deserve to hear it a lot. I'm sorry it's been so long.
I am not. They let me sleep. And you guys hear the tree as it creaks.
Well, I
Behind
will...
her, Raven saying, "Oh yeah, she just really likes trees. It's fine. She's just gonna hug it for a few minutes and then she'll be done."
Do you guys hug a lot of stuff?
Listen to her.
Yeah.
She's really into trees. She wants to go into environmental science, so you don't have time.
He kind of looks around, noticing that they've left a lot of trash after you say that, and he like kicks a can to the side as if to try to hide it under the Jeep.
Oh, here, I pull a bag out of the Vespa's inner area,
Yeah.
and I hand it to Brock as I start going around and picking up trash and putting it in the bag.
He follows. Obediently. He opens it up and he starts picking it up for you. Like, he tries to beat you to them so you don't have to bend over. He starts trying to find trash. Like, if that's what you're into, that's what he's into.
Yep. Good.
Yeah. Brock, on the other hand, is not interested. He sips a non-alcoholic beer from the can and stares at Loretta and the rest of you, and he's like, "So, how about that race?"
Yeah, let's make it interesting.
He goes, "Okay, all right, fine." he chugs a non-alcoholic beer, crushes the can because he thinks he's cool, and he tosses it over his shoulder. You hear it hit the ground over near where Raven's currently picking trash up. He lets out.
Elizabeth,
Yeah.
Rude.
as he does that, Elizabeth just places the bottle of wine that she produced before on the hood of the car and says, "Loser has to drink the whole thing."
Of wine.
Yeah.
Okay. You hear Vex make some kind of French joke about the fact that only Frenchmen can chug wine. And, there's definitely a joke there somewhere. And, off in the distance, you do hear Vex let out a caw from the tree. It causes Brock to jump a little bit in the darkness. And he's like, "Fine. I'm not scared of any wine. I'm not scared of wine. I can chug wine. I chug beer.
Oh, we didn't say you were
Yeah,
scared.
you'll be fine.
I'm not scared."
It's just making the whole thing a bit more interesting.
I mean,
Okay.
I mean,
you think you can win, right?
honestly, be scared, being out here in the middle of the night.
Are you
I mean,
scared?
It's kind of spooky, isn't it?
It's very spooky. I'll hold your hand if you're scared. I'm not scared at all. Vex calls again and he jumps.
Percy walks up from the willow tree at that and just looks at Brock and goes, "Oh no, it's okay. I'll help Loretta if she's scared," and just like ices him out. She's not impressed.
He's-
with Brock.
Okay. He
I
goes,
mean, you certainly are brave. You must have seen a lot of spooky things around here.
"Oh yeah, I'm real." He like adjusts his jacket. I'm super brave.
Like, what sort of spooky things have you seen out here?
I mean, one time I saw a wolf. True story. Everybody says they're not here. I saw it with my own eyes.
And while he's distracted, Elizabeth is going to cast double time on herself. So she doubles her speed, which is already doubled because she's half immortal.
So tricky.
Here I was about to try to find an opportunity to cast improve on Elizabeth, so she ran even faster.
But you know what? I'm sure there's a lot more scary things out here that you can tell me all about once you've finished and win that race.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, of course. I will so. That's such a success. I will so win that race for you. He's like, I will. Yeah.
How about
He like starts taking his jacket off. He undoes his he takes his belt off because you don't want to run. He like adjusts his jeans that he's wearing. All he's got underneath is basically like a wife beater. No, I shouldn't call it that. A white tank top, a men's white tank top. And yeah.
it was just gonna say like, how about this? Less talk, more running. Here to there.
Okay, all right, fine. We're gonna start at the tree. We're gonna go all the way to where the road, it touches the other road, and then you gotta come back.
So to the crossroads and back.
Yeah.
I think Jess goes to Elizabeth and just kind of whispers, "Don't beat him too badly."
But I want to have fun.
And you can play around with him a little bit. Just you don't want to make him cry at night, do you?
Yes, I do.
That is what this is all about. Today's episode is about making boys cry.
I mean, they practically ignored her, so yeah, she's gonna make him cry.
Yeah,
Also, Percy did tell her that the entire point was to embarrass.
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So he kind of
as they line up, Elizabeth like swings her back a bit and like cracks her entire spine up.
Ugh. He kind of like
Then-
grows. And then he kind of stretches a little bit. He does some lunges, make sure Loretta's watching, and then he rolls his pants up a little bit as to not drag the ground, and he's like, "Okay, you," and he kind of points to Justin. You call it. You say when.
All right, go.
Oh.
Elizabeth goes.
Okay. So we know who's gonna win this race, but let's have him run.
I think Jess is going to do something, her own little trick thing. Now that what he said earlier, she is going to make a wolf howl halfway through.
Oh man. He's
Oh,
gonna.
that's so
Okay.
evil.
So here's what's about to happen. Okay, he's got 15 mundane skill points. He would have a lot in athletics, even though his body die is garbage.
Poor boy.
Okay.
Poor baby.
Okay,
I know,
so
I feel-
let's just get his basic roll to start. Okay, so he's got this plus 4. Okay, so 9 is what he rolled on the flat run. He takes off running. Now, for a mundane, he's booking it. Like, he's running. He's clearly maybe even a running back for the football team. He knows this. And he's like, completely not noticing the fact that Elizabeth's not next to him anymore. Elizabeth is so far ahead of him. And he doesn't notice that because about the time he's probably 50, 60 feet from you, Jess lets out the wolf howl. And I'm going to actually have him roll. This is going to be a will for him. This is just a flat-out will roll, which is just 1d6. Probably not going to make it.
Oh, this poor boy. Okay.
Oh, another 5.
Bad.
Okay, he rolled a 5. Not terribly bad, but he definitely stumbles. He stumbles, in fact, so much that he bites it. And he was running too fast, and he looks over his shoulder, and he trips on something in the dark, and he eats dirt. He immediately gets up and starts running again. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to let Elizabeth roll an athletics die. Or a body die with an athletics, any addition that you have in terms of that, or something specialized for running if you've got it. And then you got tons of bonuses just because you're literally quadrupling your speed, so.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
We'll probably just take it and multiply it by 4. We'll see how that goes.
11.
Okay, yeah. That's ready. Yeah, it's a perfect roll. By the time he gets up and continues running, you are on your way back. And he's like, "Hey, what? Hey, no!"
As I passed him, I put up my hand to try to high five him.
He's just trying to get up, and what you actually do is shoulder check him and knock him back down on the ground with the momentum. And he gets up and he's like, "What was that? This is not funny." And he turns around and he's like, I quit. This is rigged. This is rigged. He yells out in the darkness.
No, you lost. You got to drink.
I didn't. He turns around and goes, "How did you? But you."
Oh.
She's really fast.
Oh.
Track team.
Yeah, national track team.
Right, yeah. I mean, I'm just a football player. You do this, like, for real or whatever, so it's not even, like...
Yeah, I'm so
it wasn't
good they
even
imported
fair.
me.
Yeah.
I'm so good they imported me from France.
It's true.
A French runner? Yeah, I've heard of those. Yeah, I've heard of those.
So you're gonna drink the wine?
Oh, yeah, sure, fine. Whatever. He's gonna have to roll a will to maintain and keep this down without vomiting. What kind of wine is this?
Oh.
Real nice. It's from Elizabeth's dad's wine cellar.
So it's probably aged to hell and back.
Yeah, it's probably like a deep red.
That poor
Yeah.
bottle of wine.
Okay.
Not gonna have any idea how good this wine is. You just
That poor bottle of wine.
He pulls the cork out with his
Okay.
teeth. He pops the cork out with his teeth, and he spits it to the side. He makes sure once again Loretta's got eyes on him before he starts chugging. And then he bottoms up this bottle of wine, and you watch him as he's like, look, he never. Yeah, he never, his eyes never leave you. He chugs the whole bottle. This whole bottle of wine. And he keeps it down. He needed to roll a 6 to keep it down. He had to roll a perfect die. He lets out a large, disgusting belch afterwards. It kind of fills the air. And he...
Oh god, I can smell. Oh.
Yeah,
no.
you can smell it.
No.
It's gross. It smells like hot dogs that he had for dinner.
Oh.
And
that's
and
really
non-alcoholic
nasty, but-
beer and wine. And
Oh.
yeah, this aged wine. And so he gets done and he kind of pats his chest as if he's like, yeah, I did it. He's clearly inebriated within minutes of chugging
Elizabeth just sarcastic laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
my God, we're
impressive.
this.
Raven's actually impressed, so she's like, "That's great, good job."
Wow. Taylor goes, I can chug wine. I'll chug the wine.
No, you're good.
It's already
No.
gone.
Oh man.
maybe there's
Fine.
another bottle of wine
Fine.
somewhere. And
No,
What?
I don't.
No, this-
You got the root beer, right?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, chug a root beer.
Yeah,
Chug it.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay. This guy chugs the root beer. He gets to the
Hey.
bottom, and you know, when you're chugging something, you cannot stop. Once you start the chug, you must finish the chug. That's just the physics of chugging. And that I've just made up. And it's true, if you've ever chugged anything, you have to start and not stop till it's all gone. And
It's rule 1 of Chug Club.
it's rule 1 of Chug Club. You must chug till the end. And so, oh god, that's funny. And
somebody please flip that.
so he starts chugging this root beer, which is in a much smaller bottle. You know, I'm sure it's in like glass bottles, and he like chugs, and he gets to the end. An air bubble catches, and he clearly like chokes and then spits an exorbitant amount of root beer from his nostrils. It foams. He looks like a little bit of a rabid dog where it sits on the top of his very, very small amount of peach fuzz. And he's this poor guy. He's like, as he's like trying to catch his breath from the amount of root beer he just spat from his nostrils. He wipes his face on his sleeve because he's a boy, and he looks over to Raven.
That was even more impressive than my coffee spit. It was great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Percy, you
Oh.
got it on video, right?
Yeah, definitely. Taylor, what's your Instagram?
Oh, I'm I gotta think of a bad handle for him. It's gotta be something so bad, like,
Evil Dude 21.
I'm nothing but net.
Okay.
Oh, sure you are. And Percy.
Sure you are.
Yeah.
He tags him in the video and then posts it.
Okay. You posted it. Oh, you
It's a
posted it to
story.
mundane stuff too. Oh, he gets a.
She posted it to her Instagram stories. It's just the video of him chugging and then spewing, and then it just has his tag.
His tag. He like his phone gets a bling, bling,
Oh.
and he pulls it out and he goes, "What's this?" And he swipes and he goes, "Oh man, my phone's dead." It's dead.
Oh.
He can't check it. It's out there. It's gonna grab all those likes before he gets home to get to see it.
Percy does not offer to charge him though.
Oh.
We're so evil.
Oh man.
How is Brock at this point?
Hey, Percy, could you send that to me?
He's not.
Oh yeah, certainly.
Yeah, I'll take one too.
I wouldn't- what is it?
Get a video of Brock here chugging that bottle of wine.
Oh, we did that too,
Yeah.
Loretta. Don't worry.
Oh, definitely tag
Yes.
me in that.
Uh-huh.
He's
Do you have my Instagram? I set it up like not too long ago.
Yes, instantly. Percy had it instant. She's like a notification.
He's
It's
like,
just over.
I will follow all your Instagrams.
Oh, Brock,
Okay.
you don't have to.
That's true.
I'm-
You should follow my Instagram.
Ooh.
No. You can follow mine.
Cool.
It's Princess Detas the second.
His like one-eyed root. Can you spell that? And his
Oh, it's
drunken
just
state.
like if you Google Princess Detas, it'll come up.
Google. Cool. I'm
I don't think
I'm,
you can spell
trying to make another name for this, another handle for this guy. He's
spell princess. I'm not sure which one.
yeah,
It's definitely Princess, not to toss that he has a
not to
problem.
toss. He's like, well, I'm you know, touchdown McGee.
How nice for you.
You
How
should.
many touchdowns have you scored?
What's a touchdown?
Oh my god,
Oh.
let me show you. And he reaches in the back of his drunk. He's drunk.
Why don't you show us?
He reaches in the back and pulls out a football. And he tosses it over to Taylor. And he's like, I'm gonna go long. Just right up the middle, man. Right up the middle.
So what
Um,
sport is this?
Oh, this is the best American game ever. Just the football.
But you have the wrong ball for football.
Oh, it's American football, Elizabeth.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the right
Well,
football
you are gonna get taught tonight by the Brockster.
It's like rugby, but there's pads and
Way more pads.
Oh,
Sounds
so,
better.
so it's rugby for people that are afraid of getting
4,
hurt.
2.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So he is terribly drunk. So usually he gets a 4 to athletics. He's only gonna get a 2.
oh my
Um,
god.
No.
Can
Oh,
can I
no.
So Jess is gonna go up
Elizabeth
to
try to intercept it.
Oh.
I was about to say it doesn't matter because Taylor tosses this football aptly down the center of the road. He goes.
Elizabeth like wants to run between them and grab the ball from the air.
Okay, you run. It doesn't matter. He's like, you know, he's trying to do the backwards run thing, but he's drunk. He trips and falls, eats dirt. This time, he doesn't move.
Oh.
Oh.
Elizabeth catches. Actually, Elizabeth, you have to roll in athletics to actually catch it. You got
Percy
the
is
rundown.
not filming this. Percy's not filming this one. This is sad.
Yeah. This is not.
Chugging was funny. This is sad.
This is
Oh.
just sad. Okay.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's definitely not something you're used to, but you're quick enough to just be able to stand there as it plops into your arms. Elizabeth disappears deep into the darkness down the road. You hear the football into somebody's hands, but the unmoving body of Brock lays on the dirt in the ground.
I will run
Oh.
over and
Yeah.
see if he's
Yeah, I can go.
okay.
Elizabeth nudges him with her foot.
Loretta kind of with I guess she probably some garbage that she found in the back of his truck, like that's some kind, maybe a paper plate or something. It's like, oh dear, are you okay?
I don't know what's happening here in chat.
Mi-
I gotta fix this. Hang on.
Mr.
Yeah, that
Brock?
issue.
Oh.
Yeah, it looks like there
Oh.
was there's a clip problem, so it's like replicating the issue. Let me. I don't know how to take a. That's okay. As long as it's not continuing, we're good. Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. It had an issue with the clip for some reason. It was like corrupted clip. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't spam. I just saw something like keep rolling. We're good. It's just a bad link is all it is. Okay.
Okay.
So what was that you said, Loretta?
She's kind of fanning Brock's face with probably a paper plate she found in the back of his truck or something.
He rolls over.
We shouldn't leave him here like this. I mean,
No, we should leave. We should all leave as quickly and quietly as possible so they think we're ghosts.
He almost upchucks and catches himself laying on his back on the ground. He looks up. He goes, Loretta.
Yes?
Oh, just. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Taylor, can you drive his truck?
Oh, yeah, of course I can.
Okay. Do you think you can drive him home?
But we just.
Well, he doesn't look good.
He has a big abrasion down the side of his face where he's just like. He beat it face first into the ground this time. He's also got a little bit of blood coming out of his head. Nothing extreme, just like a bump on his head. And he goes, well, I have to take you, back because we can't, I can't just leave you ladies out here.
Oh, it's okay. I've got my Vespa, and there's a bunch of us, so we'll.
And I
be
can run
okay.
back in like 4 minutes.
Yeah, Elizabeth can essentially just run next to the Vespa. Well, we'll be okay, but he should definitely.
Yeah, he should definitely go home. You should definitely take him home.
he did not know his limits. Look at him.
Yeah,
I mean, we should be safe going home by ourselves unless you've seen something out here that we might need to be wary of or that we need to avoid or anything.
no.
No?
It's
Raven
all
kinda-
stories.
Raven kind of gets
Oh,
a little
really?
closer to him and says, "Are you sure?"
What kind of stories?
he seems kind of nervous now that he's on the spot and all eyes are on him, and his friend, who clearly is the leader of the pack, is literally face first in the ground, or pretty much. He goes, I am just, Bethany, she went missing.
Bethany?
Yeah, student.
Oh,
Where'd she go
Out here,
missing?
right here, from here.
oh.
Right
Are
here?
you sure?
No, I don't know. The cops just didn't find her. This is the last place she was. I don't know. Like, are making me nervous.
She's still missing then.
Yeah, she didn't really come to school after that.
How long ago was that?
About 6 weeks.
And is she the only one who's gone missing?
No,
How many?
I don't know. There was that kid at the middle school. It just didn't come back, and then those twins, and then that farmer. I don't know. It's just weird. Mom says we're not really supposed to go out. I don't know. Because they're making me nervous. Is it hot? He starts kind of fanning himself. He's clearly sweating from his armpits.
It's okay. And I kind of like rub his back a little bit. I'm like, it's okay.
Oh.
It's
Hi.
fine.
Have you
Why
seen
don't
anything
we-
weird?
What about you,
No.
Brock? Anything weird?
Brock's passed out, I feel.
Weird.
Oh,
Let's
you
get
don't know
Brock
anything.
back in his car and get him
Okay.
home. How about that?
Brock.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Brock proceeds not to upchuck. He's trying real hard not to throw up everywhere. He's passing his will rolls though, as long as he stays above a 3.
Loretta kind of sits up and grabs Elizabeth's arm and just kind of pulls her off to the side. There's Mundanes missing. And the Mundanes have been left out of all this conflict. Something's going on, and I don't know if the other forces are aware that this is happening. So, do you want...
So he said that they went missing from here, so you can use your divination to maybe find some clues.
That sounds like a good idea.
I have-
Oh,
Percy's gonna help get Brock in the car.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
Yeah.
also have a question.
I think
for-
Jess is gonna. I can take him.
Taylor would help you, as well, just so that you guys could get on either side of him. He's definitely strong enough, and Jess, I would assume you're also strong
I'm
enough.
gonna do something. Can I heal him? Because I can do that without a wand.
Yeah, you could, like, lay a hand on him, and you're trying to cure the drunkenness.
Yeah, I mean I'm carrying him, so I'm gonna kind of do that on the.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so that is.
What spell is it? Just a basic healing spell?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thank you for those follows up there. You guys have shown a lot of love tonight. Thank you. Lightweight, yeah. Yeah, well, he's a high school boy. He's not even 16, probably. Okay. A 15. Yeah, just healing is really interesting for witches because you have to actually connect to whatever it is that you need to heal, right? You want to patch a wound, you have to feel it, see it, and actually live in that moment of pain to be able to stitch the skin. In this case, you lay a hand on him as you and Taylor walk Brock over to the back of this Jeep, and you feel the amount of alcohol in his system. You can feel it pulsing through his blood, and you basically activate his liver over time. And it begins processing the alcohol faster and faster. The little scratch on his head seals up. It leaves dried blood, and there's still a little bit of a bump, but he's healed up from that. And the abrasion on his face looks a lot less bad. You actually watch, it's on your side, so Taylor doesn't notice it in the dark, but the pieces of gravel and stuff that were embedded in his face kind of pop free, and a lot of that heals over. As Taylor picks him up and chunks him in the back through a very difficult grunt, because he's a pretty solid teenager, and looks at him. He thuds in the back of the Jeep next to the cooler where you all sat coming in, and his eyes like flutter open a little bit. He kind of shakes it off. He's no longer nauseous, and he no longer has to throw up, which is a plus. He's still a smidge, I'd say maybe tipsy. He's loosey goosey, but he's not wasted by any means. And he sits up immediately in the back of his truck. His hands like clamp the side, and he looks for Loretta. Where's Loretta? What happened? What
Take
happened?
it easy.
Oh,
You quite the spell. What? You sit back. She's fine. She's right over there.
I don't feel good. And he kind of lays back. Taylor helps Brock lay down, and Taylor looks at all of you, and he looks at Jess, and he's like, "You're kind of strong."
Yeah, multi-athletics.
I really wish we had more girls like all of you at our school. That'd be cool.
I don't know.
you're-
Seems like it'd be kind of boring for us.
Yeah, maybe. You're all pretty cool though.
Well, every school can't have a group of girls this awesome.
Can I come visit you at school?
You know what? We do go to the diner every once in a while, so maybe we
Yeah.
should meet you there at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Uh-huh.
Cool. So I'm supposed to go now?
Yeah, I mean,
You should take Brock home. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
He's not looking very good.
Well.
Cool.
Yeah,
Um,
the guys where I'm from typically can hold their alcohol better. Sorry.
Tell you what, Brock. Next time when our semester starts back up, I'm gonna be working at the diner again. And tell you what, next time you come by, I'll treat you to a slice of pie. Okay?
He sits again straight up, hands clapped on the back of the Jeep. All you see is like chest up. He goes, "Cool," and then he like
Alright.
flops back into passes out again into the back of the truck. Taylor digs around in his pockets, finds his keys, and kind of goes to the front. And as he does, he walks past Raven and he goes, "So he digs his foot in the ground. It'd be cool maybe to see you or ride your Vespa again or something. Whatever you want to do, we'll do whatever you want to do."
Oh, well, thanks. That's really great. All right. Well, you know what? Now that I've got your Instagram, I'll go ahead and message you.
Cool. Here's actually, and he like reaches in his wallet, which is kind of embarrassing. It's definitely there's that phase that boys go through where their wallets change. They go from being like kid wallets to like adult wallets. His is not made the shift yet. It's not like black, brown, leather, or none of that. This is definitely something that he got when he was in like early middle school years. It has some kind of like cartoon drawing on it, and he kind of like hides it, and he fumbles through. It's full of like a few dollar bills and a bunch of receipts. It's a hot mess. And he pulls out an old receipt, and he quickly runs through the glove compartment of the Jeep, which like he's like, it doesn't open at first, and he smacks the dashboard, and it pops free. And he pulls out a pen, and he quickly writes something down, and he runs back to Raven. He says, "This is this is my digits. You could you could call me if you wanted to."
Thanks. Awesome. Okay, cool. And
Cool.
I grab it and I put it in my pocket and I put my hand up again for a high five.
He high fives you. He probably was originally leaning in for a kiss in that awkward moment, and opened his eyes and realized you wanted a high five instead. And he's like, "Cool." He stares at the hand that touched your hand. He puts the keys in the opposite hand. This one's still like sterile. And he goes to the car. He boots the Jeep up, and he goes, "I really don't feel very good about leaving you out. I just shouldn't."
I promise we'll be okay.
We'll be fine.
Okay. He
Elizabeth just gives him like a hard look.
He's terrified of Elizabeth.
As you should be.
He tosses it into reverse, spins the Jeep around, and heads off. The lights go off and down the path, leaving the five of you standing in the, like, basically the wilderness underneath this tree. Percy, you hear something. It's... It's a laugh. The tree is laughing.
I'm really glad I didn't have to turn him into a rock.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
Billy was always a lot better at this kind of stuff.
I mean,
yes.
not everybody can be immortals. This is just how they are.
Well, I guess I just feel bad for everyone else then, honestly.
Oh,
Big
speaking
mood.
of immortals, I I just realized that we had gone through that whole conversation at the diner, and I never really got to tell you what I found out.
What you
What'd
find
you find
out?
out?
Um, well, I read through my mother's diaries, and she starts relating kind of like a little bit of the history and how time actually changes differently, apparently in Daydream. But then she's like, "But I found out who my father is."
Oh, what?
Who's your dad?
Have you ever heard of Hercules?
Oh my God! What?
Whoa!
Oh,
Percy loses
Yeah.
her mind.
I think Jess also.
you guys kind of start freaking out.
That's kind of why I want to go to the front lines, because I think he might be there and Billy might be there, and
The
Well, you can ask my dad. Maybe my dad knows him.
Percy, the tree, when all of you are like, oh my god, that's so cool! You guys are like freaking out in the middle of the woods about Loretta's dad being Hercules. The tree goes, oh, I know Hercules.
Percy runs back over to the tree. You know Hercules?
This is a name I have not heard in millennia.
Oh. You've met Hercules?
I was planted by him.
Oh. Oh, well, you are far more majestic than I thought you were before, and I thought you were very majestic then.
Majestic, maybe. Old, yes. But it is a long story. One I will tell you next week.
I
Because
look
it's the
forward
end
to
of
it.
the show.
Percy just turns and she looks at everyone and goes, "You guys, this tree was planted by Hercules." And then she turns back to look at the tree.
Yeah, and we'll kick off next week with the tree. We'll have a little conversation with the oak tree. As we stand out here in the middle of the forest, I can't believe those two teenage boys brought you guys out to the make-out point and left you here.
I mean, we kind of made
I was
them.
gonna say that's like my
I was
actual.
totally 100% expecting to turn both of them into rocks before the end of the night.
They were polite. They didn't do anything they weren't
That's
supposed to.
why they
They
left unrocked.
One of them's very genuine. The other one's just a punk, but.
Yeah.
They tried to be polite as much as I think they could. All right, this has been a fun one. This has been a really good one. Let's quickly go around. You guys tell us who you are, where we can find you online, what you're busy doing, all that jazz, and then we'll pop over. I'll close this out, and we're gonna do our after show. So let's go with Tiff first.
Wonderful. Hello, everybody. I am Tiffany. I was Percy Rosewood, your cybermancy and elementalism witch. Who's very excited about a tree. You can find me as a producer, GM, player for the podcast North by Northquest with Dot. And we have tomorrow our Volume 3 finale airs. So if you are listening to NXMQ, get excited. It's
Good
going
luck
to be
with that.
and then you can also follow my costume and sewing shenanigans at RTS Cosplay everywhere.
Nice, Shauna.
Hey, Shauna, Flying Cirrus on Twitter. I have all my art and games I'm playing throughout the week on my Twitter. So, including some of the art from Witcher Rolls. So, yeah, there you go.
Nice. Eris. I'm gonna cross the screen.
Hello, I'm Eris Savad. I played Raven tonight, and normally I'm a hula hooping seamstress who plays a lot of different RPGs. You can find all the stuff that I do on Twitter at Eris_Savad, or you can go to my website at erissavad.com and find all my stuff. Right now, you can actually go to my website, use the code .army to get 10% off of a keychain bag with Shauna's art on it, specially made for my store. So you can
I'm
do
sorry,
that
say
and just
what?
send love all around.
What?
Whoa! I have a
There's-
bag to buy.
Right, I'm
There's
sorry, excuse
keychain
me.
bags in my store right now with Shauna's art on them, and I think there might be some other things coming as well that's gonna have Shauna's art in them. And since you're here, you can use .army and save 10% at any time.
Yes. Yes, this is amazing. Okay, I'm going. That's okay. I'm just gonna pop over there right now. I'm not running a stream. It's fine. Moving right along, Catherine.
I will admit, I was actually just trying to find that bag.
Yep.
Yes, my name's Catherine Barsonistas. I was playing Loretta Maytree tonight, and I also run the nerdy food blog, The Gluttonous Geek, which you can find on thegluttonousgeek.com. You can also listen to me ramble on Twitter at gluttonous_geek. And you can also watch my cooking show here on Twitch under The Gluttonous Geek. I run a show every Wednesday called Munchies and Minis, where I make a D&D inspired treat and then work on painting a mini. And you can also see me just randomly play Shroud of the Avatar too, whenever you're poisoned. So
Nice.
yeah, that's me.
Very, very nice. And last but certainly not least, I have to say possibly the hero of the evening who got the boy to chug the wine. Kika, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVio and on Patreon at patreon.com/baking. Sort of between things right now, but hopefully next week I'll have some more things to announce. But for now, that's it.
Very exciting. All right. And I'm Little Red Dot. Thank you guys for popping by the channel. Remember, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., we're back here with the Purloin Code. I need to announce we're going to be taking a 2-week break from Witch Girl Adventure. 1 for my sanity and 2 because I've got some work and life things coming up, but don't fret. We will continue Witch Girls all throughout the month of October officially on Tuesdays, and we'll be closing out the Tuesday before Halloween. So we're going to have a funsy little Halloween Witch Girl finale, as well as a giveaway and a bunch of other stuff. So just know that that's coming. We've got some, so keep an eye out on the social media and all of that. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for just dropping by and sharing in our story and our joy. If you don't want to really, just follow the channel. Then when we go live here on the Dot Lot, we tell a lot of stories and we roll a lot of dice. And I want to remind everybody, this Sunday is our monthly Sunday Fun Day. We'll be playing some D&D, we'll be playing some Breakfast Cult, and more importantly, it's also a subathon. So not only are you going to get 6 hours of RPGs, you're going to get an additional 3 hours of me playing video games and such. So hopefully, by then, Twitch... cough, cough, Twitch, will have approved my brand new emotes. Yes, they are there. They're just pending for approval. So somebody go irritate Twitch online. There's only so many times that I can tweet at them before they, So anyways, here we go. Check that out and make sure that you're here for that. If you are interested in joining a Sunday Fun Day, you can do that by signing up via that link right there. We've got everything open through October, I believe. So I don't know if there are any openings for this month, but I think there are a couple open for October if you want to join. And I encourage you as well to come join the Discord. The Discord's where we get to chat about all the shows that are happening here. Sometimes we chat about other things. And it's just a really fantastic community. And I say that not because I'm there, but because all of you make it a great community for me to be involved in. And then most important is the Patreon. All of our Patreon supporters make this channel possible. From our $2 tier all the way up to our Royal Dots. You guys make this channel what it is and keep it happening and allow me to pay these incredible storytellers. So thank you for everything that you do. Some new things that have come to the Patreon include after shows. So we're actually going to go record an after show from this little ditty that we did today. I'm sure that there's going to be fun things. And if you want to gain access to those, you only have to join the Patreon at the $2 tier. You'll gain access to a bunch of other stuff, including monthly chats with me and sneak preview access to all announcements before they go out to the general public. So come on over. Come be part of the Dot Lot. You will be loved. You will be welcomed. And more importantly, you will probably hear some weird and strange things. So yeah, that's all I've got for all of you. We'll see you tomorrow night here at 8 o'clock for the Purloin Code. And until then, be nice or...
Be a toad.
Ah, that was better-ish. Yay! Bye, everybody.